Glasswing Butterfly. Imagine a butterfly whose wings are so transparent that you can see the leaves of the forest through them, as if its body were made of clear glass. This remarkable creature lives in the dense rainforests of Central and South America, where scientists know it as Greta Oto. Most of its wings have almost no colored scales, only a thin membrane that allows light to pass through almost completely. The real secret behind this transparency lies in the microscopic structure of its wings, where irregular nano-sized pillars reduce light reflection to almost zero. This unique feature has inspired engineers to develop low-reflection smartphone screens and solar panel designs. The main purpose of this transparency is to avoid predators, because what cannot be seen is much harder to catch. During the day, this butterfly flies slowly with an almost floating motion, like a piece of a dream drifting through the air. As larvae, they feed on poisonous plants of the Solanaceae family and store those toxins in their bodies to make themselves unpalatable. Male glasswing butterflies collect chemicals from specific plants, which are later converted into pheromones to attract mates. Except for the thin orange border along the edges of its wings, its entire body seems like one of nature's silent wonders. Surprisingly, this delicate-looking butterfly can migrate several kilometers in a single day in search of food. In this way, one of nature's smallest creatures proves how it is possible to survive in the harsh wild without being easily seen. Stick insect. When a dry twig in the forest suddenly starts moving, you realize it is not a twig at all, but one of nature's most perfect masters of disguise. This insect, known as the stick insect, has evolved over millions of years to resemble tree branches, dry leaves, and even moss so closely that it is almost impossible to tell them apart. There are more than 3,000 species of stick insects on Earth, and some of them can grow up to 60 centimeters in length. They do not stop at copying the shape of a branch, they also gently sway their bodies like branches moving in the wind, blending perfectly with real trees. Some female species can reproduce without the help of a male, a rare natural process that scientists call parthenogenesis. When threatened, some species do not hesitate to sacrifice a leg or another body part, and remarkably, that limb grows back during the next molt. Their eggs look exactly like seeds, and some species even cover them with chemicals that attract ants to carry them away. The ants take these eggs back to their nests, thinking they are food, and unknowingly help the next generation survive safely. During the day, they remain completely motionless, as if time itself has stopped for them, and when night falls, their real activity begins. Despite having wingless bodies, some species can suddenly reveal brightly colored wings in moments of danger to startle predators. Scientists believe that this camouflage is so perfect that it is the result of one of nature's longest evolutionary arms races. In this way, the art of staying hidden proves that survival does not always depend on strength, but also on intelligence. Panda ant. As soft and adorable as it looks, this creature possesses an incredibly painful sting, and the locals call it the velvet ant. In reality, it is not an ant at all, but a special type of wasp whose females are wingless, making them look exactly like ants. Its soft black and white fur-like covering often tempts people to pick it up, only to discover nature's cruel surprise the very next moment. Its sting is so painful that it is nicknamed the cow killer, because according to popular belief, the pain is strong enough to bring down a cow. It is most commonly found in deserts and dry grasslands, where it runs quickly across the sun-baked sand in search of food. The female panda ant searches for the underground nests of other insects, lays her eggs there, and her larvae survive by feeding on the host insect. Its outer body is so hard and smooth that even many predatory birds fail to crush it, greatly increasing its chances of survival. When threatened, it can produce a sharp sound by rubbing parts of its body together, warning predators of what may happen if they come closer. Although the males have wings, they cannot sting, as the real weapon is found only in the females. The contrast of its black and white colors is not just for beauty, but also serves as a natural warning signal to predators. Scientists believe that this color pattern is the result of evolution, where beauty and danger have been perfectly combined. In this way, one small creature of nature proves that a gentle appearance can sometimes hide the most dangerous reality. Bombardier Beetle. Imagine an insect with a tiny chemical factory hidden inside its body, capable of firing a boiling hot explosion in an instant. This beetle, known as the Bombardier Beetle, mixes two separate chemicals inside its abdomen during moments of danger to produce a liquid with a temperature almost as hot as boiling water. This reaction happens in the blink of an eye, and the hot liquid is fired at the enemy with a burst that is almost as fast as a bullet. By rotating the rear part of its body, it can aim in almost any direction, so predators in front or behind are not safe. Scientists have been amazed while studying this process because, despite producing such high temperatures inside its body, the beetle is not harmed in any way. The two chemical substances are stored in separate chambers, and at the moment of need, a special valve opens and allows them to mix. The sound of this sudden explosion can also be heard clearly, resembling the sound of a small gunshot. If a frog accidentally swallows this beetle, the explosion occurs inside the frog's stomach, forcing it to spit the beetle out alive. This defense system is so remarkable that researchers compare it to the combustion process of a modern jet engine. Although it is small in size, its defense mechanism is considered one of the most complex chemical weapons in the history of evolution. More than 500 species of bombardier beetles are found around the world, each with slightly different chemical mixtures and defensive strategies. In this way, a tiny insect proves that in nature's laboratory, science and the struggle for survival advance together. Lanternfly. From a distance, its wings look as if they have been painted by an artist with colorful brushes, yet they are actually one of nature's own masterpieces. The spotted lanternfly is native to parts of China, Vietnam, and India, although many people think it can produce light because of its name. In reality, this insect cannot produce any light. Scientists in the 18th century gave it this name based on a misunderstanding, and the name has remained ever since. Its forewings are gray and covered with black spots, but when it senses danger, those wings open to reveal its striking bright red and black hindwings. This sudden display of color is actually a perfect strategy to frighten predators, which scientists call flash coloration. This insect survives by feeding on plant sap, especially from a tree known as the tree of heaven, which is its favorite host. When large numbers of lanternflies feed on the sap of a single tree, the tree can gradually weaken and eventually die. After spreading unexpectedly across North America, this insect is now considered a serious invasive species that threatens agriculture and forests. Interestingly, it is not a strong flyer. Instead, it travels most of the distance by jumping, using its powerful hind legs to launch itself. When laying eggs, the female covers them with a mud-like sticky coating that looks just like tree bark. Because of this camouflaged coating, people unknowingly transport the eggs from one region to another on vehicles or wooden materials. In this way, this insect hidden behind such beauty proves how easily the balance of nature can be disrupted by the careless spread of a single species. Jewel bug. As soon as sunlight falls on its body, this insect suddenly shines like a rainbow, making many people believe that nature itself has crafted a piece of jewelry. This insect, known as the jewel bug or metallic shield bug, is mainly found in the tropical regions of Asia, Africa, and Australia. The dazzling colors are not produced by pigments, but by a special microscopic structure arranged in layers across its outer shell. Different wavelengths of light are reflected by these layers and interact with one another, creating the illusion of its brilliant metallic colors. As the viewing angle changes, the color of this insect also changes, appearing green, blue, or even golden on the same body. Scientists believe that this color-changing structure confuses predators, making it much harder for them to identify it as a target. Despite its bright colors, this insect can release a strong foul-smelling chemical to defend itself when threatened. This insect survives by feeding on plant sap and is sometimes considered an agricultural pest, especially in fruit orchards. In some cultures, the colorful shells of this insect are used to make jewelry and decorative items, and they remain a part of traditional craftsmanship. After laying eggs, females of some species guard them by covering them with their own bodies, a rare form of maternal care among insects. Scientists are drawing inspiration from the colorful structure of this insect in nanotechnology research to develop anti-reflective materials and advanced security technologies. In this way, the play of light hidden within the body of a tiny insect proves how beauty and science can be perfectly woven together in nature.